If you are tired of fighting your thoughts, if you feel like your mind won't quiet down no matter what you do, this might help. For a long time, I believed the problem was my thoughts. I thought I needed to control them, fix them, replace them, shut them down. And honestly, that fight was exhausting. Not because the thoughts were bad, but because I was constantly judging myself for having them. What I eventually realized is that the suffering wasn't coming from the thoughts themselves, it was coming from me trying to resist them, trying to push them away. And I would get angry that I was still having these thoughts, these negative thoughts. I shouldn't be thinking these. I should know better. I'm awakened. I don't want to feed into these negative thoughts. And because I'm supporting my awakening by meditating, by following my intuition, my excitement, the passion, and following it through, which is fulfilling purpose in that moment, I started to step into a broader understanding, a different perspective of my thoughts. That they were just thoughts. My thoughts are things that I learned in the past that keep coming up, that kept coming up, that kept surfacing. And I came to an understanding that those thoughts are no longer my beliefs of who I am. Whatever those thoughts were, I knew better that those thoughts are just patterns that I used to think over and over again. So it would make sense that they continue to come up to see how I react to them. So I discovered that when I just say, oh, yeah, that's just an old way I used to think, and I let it go right there, then all of a sudden, there are less and less and less of those thoughts that surface. The most loving thing I ever did wasn't trying to master my mind, it was stopping the war with it. So, no more judgments of the thoughts, actually softened them. And what else it softened, I noticed, was my nervous system and my emotions. That whole thing has changed the relationship I have with myself. So if you're stuck in your head right now, if you're fighting your thoughts, understand that it's not a fight that needs to be had. What if you just said, I see you thought, and it's not a problem? It's just an old pattern way of thinking. I don't believe those things about me anymore. So it's not about replacing thought with something better. You imagine if you had to do that every time you had a negative thought, that you needed to replace it with something immediately, like right now. Do you know how many times you'd have to do that in a day? That's too much. That's exhausting. Just let it go. Just let it go. So hopefully, this brought a new understanding that will benefit you. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.